Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Decision Hour. I'm Adam, and with me, as always, my partner in crime, Patty.
Adam, how's it going?
It's going. How you doing?
Good. I'm excited about the show today because we've been tinkering with this topic for a little while.
We have. I want to jump right into it because we've got a very special guest who's agreed to come. The guy's super busy. I love this guy to death, so I'm going to bring him on. But we're going to be talking about censorship and social media. This guy knows a little bit about it. It's my good friend, Aaron Childress. Aaron, how you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. You hear me all right?
Yep, we sure can. All
right.
So yeah, I want to jump right into this. Those of you that don't know Aaron, you got to follow him on social media, and I'm going to let him say what his plugs are here in just a second. But he's got literally thousands and thousands of followers. But one of the problems that people are having nowadays is this censorship by these big social media companies. And, you know, I'm thinking, well, yeah, Facebook and Instagram. Those are the ones that are big ones that I'm talking about right now. And Twitter's even done it because they've done it to me and Heroes Media Group a little bit. But, Aaron, why don't you, first off, let everybody know where they can follow you, and then talk a little bit about what your thoughts are on this censorship with social media.
Absolutely. You can follow me on all the major platforms. For Instagram and Facebook, it's going to be official Aaron Childress. For Twitter, it's AM Childress1. And YouTube, just look for Aaron Childress. So that's where you can find me if they allow you. If they don't want you to, they can make it happen, because that's exactly what's going on right now, man. I am on my fourth iteration of, is iteration a real word?
We'll make it a word.
It is now.
It is now.
It is. Okay. I'm on my fourth account, official Aaron Childress. I began years ago. It was Chili 0311. I ran that up until it got to about 30,000, and then had some stuff. I kind of reset my life. Sold that to a company, and now I started a new account shortly after that. Took a few months off, started going, and I got it up to about 20,000, and then it started getting a little bit weird. All of a sudden, my posts that were going to 1,000, I was getting 1,000 or 2,000 likes. All of a sudden, they were down to 200 and 300, and the content didn't change. It was very consistent content. So after that, I said, you know what, I'm gonna transition this page to something. You know, I've transitioned it to a firearms page because that's what I posted a lot of on there. And I said, well, obviously they're censoring me because of firearms, so let's do that. Let's change it over. So I created a new account, and the account actually is not even a year old right now. I created a new account last February, and I had it for about 6 months, and it got up to 20,000. So in the first 6 months, I gained 20,000 new followers. And I think it was August 28th, I put a post down. Now, every post I had posted was I was creeping into where I was about to start averaging about 2,000 likes a post. Okay. And I was getting anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 in that range, sometimes 3,000 and 4,000, because the content was just flowing and going crazy, going to 10, 20, 30,000 people every post. And it was really helpful because that's my business. This isn't just a popularity contest for me. I have clients right now. I have an NFL client. I have some other social media influencers. I have people that have actual things they've got to get out to the masses, and my account serves to do that. And so, you know, when I have people on that level that expect me to do a certain thing, that I have contracts and paperwork out there saying I can provide this reach, and Instagram decides, no, you can't actually do that, they hurt my business. Right. They make me a liar to a client. And so that account on August 28th, all of a sudden I put a post. It was a Sunday morning, I remember, and it was a very consistent with everything I had been doing. That thing went to about 1,000 people and got like 280 likes. And I was like, wait, Sundays are usually a bad day as far as my calendar goes for social media. So I didn't expect a huge number anyway, but that big of a drop. And from then on, it actually has never got back to that level. I had a unnamed source who I can't really out because it would hurt their business, but somebody who has actual communication with Instagram, because as you know, you can't call Instagram.
Right.
So I said, what's the deal? And she went and looked and said, they do this point system. So let's say you do something wrong. That's like 100 negative marks against you. But if you do one thing right, it's 1 mark for you. So for every bad thing you do, you've got to do 100 things to make up for it. So if 25 people hate my picture of a gun post, Jesus, I've got to do 2,500 things to make up for it. And I don't know, and they don't tell you what's good. It's their determination. So if I post a picture of a gun, which I do have a gun client, a firearm, a handgun client that I'm working with, if I post that and they don't like it, I now have to spend the next 6 months uncovering dirt from one post.
So would it be safe to say is that it's gotten to the point where social media for businesses, they're crippling it?
They're crippling it, but I think there's a way out, and I think the way out is to be very tricky with how you do things. You have to be. I'm learning that I can backdoor some things. I can do some unbranded content. So I have some unbranded channels that don't have my name attached to them. Mm-hmm. Since we're probably safe to say them here, but you got like Beyond Hunting is an account that is unbranded by me, and it's a hunting count that has 41,000 people on it. And I have 5 or 6 gun channels. I have just what you would call just your meme posting page, Kilico Media. I just post whatever on that one, and they do okay. But one other thing that happened when they throttled my account back like that, I decided to create a new account. I went on my 4th account and said, you know what, screw this, I'm doing a new account. And in 5 days, I was from 0 to almost 6,000 people in 5 days on this new account. And I went to go post one day and I couldn't post anymore. I couldn't I couldn't post, I couldn't comment. And I was like, what? Like, what's up? I didn't do anything. Like, and the posts were like me and my kids. And that account is now a worthless account. It got up to almost 6,000. It sits there. It does nothing. I had to come back to this account now with my tail between my legs, and I get no reach.
So let me ask you this, and this is I don't want to sound too conspiracy theorist, but you and I have talked in the past, so you know how I can get sometimes. But I can't help but to think that if your message goes against something that, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and I'm picking on them, I'm calling them out right now because I just don't care. If your content goes against maybe what their beliefs are, then I think, or I would speculate that they're going to hold that against you. And I think that it almost gets to a political standpoint, maybe like, oh, this is going against what's going on. This is against our beliefs or our political stance. So we're going to handicap these people here or these accounts here because they go against what our belief is. And wouldn't you? Yeah. Isn't that censorship in itself right there?
It is. I mean, I don't know how far down the rabbit hole we go because it's their platform they built and they have this. It's the same as if somebody walked into my house and started spewing stuff I didn't like, I could say get out. So there's that, but also there's the fairness aspect of it. Like, okay, you called it social media and you let the whole world in here, but then you silence some voices. At some point you have like a late night talk show host. If he brings a Democrat on there, does he then also have to bring the Republican challenger on there? Is that a
requirement or some sort? No, it makes sense. I mean, it's totally making sense. I like the analogy of like, if somebody walks into your house and you don't like what you're saying, ask them to leave. I get that, but then don't call it a social media platform where people can say, you can say and say what you want. I mean, because let's face it, there are platforms out there that expose things that are far worse, and I mean far worse. We're talking human trafficking, child pornography. There's been websites that have been shut down in the last 24 months because of stuff like that. And this stuff is on social media. It's on what they call the dark web, if you will. But it's that stuff is there. And some of these companies are I don't say some of these companies. There are companies that are involved in those types of things, and you're allowed to post stuff like that, but you can't post, hey, I went shooting with my kid over the weekend, or I went coyote hunting or whatnot. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's what YouTube's going through right now with they're promoting videos that have links to underage children for pedophiles, and that's what that's the deal that's going on with them right now. And to add to it, I don't believe this is a conspiracy theory. You brought that term up. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's real and factual. They do this because you can actually go into your Facebook, who owns Instagram, and you can go see your political leanings, how they determine you. And to add to that conspiracy theory, back in August, when I first saw that post saying you could go change, and change your ad requirements for Facebook, I actually saw that all of them said conservative. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not technically a conservative. I'm definitely not a liberal. I don't play really the political game, but I wouldn't put me as a conservative. But I went on there to add standards and everything, and it said conservative this, conservative that, you like this and you like that, and I deleted everything. Now, that was August. Facebook, who owns Instagram, not long after that, just silenced the hell out of me after I said, no, don't put me in a category. Let me because I'll talk to anybody. I mean, look, right now I'm representing an NFL client who probably doesn't agree with a lot of the things I do, but I'm running around with him. Then I'm also doing things over here in the gun world. You can't put me in a box, but Instagram and Facebook did.
Right.
And then when I said, no, get me out of that box, I said, okay, fine. You don't want to play by the rules where we label you, then you're going to be nothing. So it's not a conspiracy theory.
What's funny, Patty, didn't we just do a show on stereotyping? Mm-hmm. I mean, this almost falls in line what Aaron's saying here. Is like it's almost like these companies are stereotyping Aaron. So, Patty, you have a question.
Yeah, I do. So, Aaron, have you noticed a big change since Facebook has made people pay for ads on their fan page? Because I know I've run several fan pages, and before it was big on paying for ads. We had, like, one of our videos had over 1 million views really quickly. And then now that they want you to pay for the ads, like, we're getting barely any hits on. Yeah.
I've heard that from many people. And so when you hear that 20, 30, 40 times, that's your sample. That's your sample at that point, and that makes it an actual study. If one or two people came to me and said, hey, it seems like they really just want me to pay because my reach went down now that I no longer have organic reach. Knowing that they have investors and that's the way business models work. Again, no conspiracy theory. That's business, that's truth, that's factual. That's exactly what's going on, is they want you to pay money because they're getting a lot of hot water. I mean, they've been in front of Congress. They know that they have to deliver to their investors, who also are a little bit left-leaning, and they've admitted that in front of Congress. So, yeah, they have to serve their investors, and if that means you need to pay for an ad, regardless of how organic you used to be, you're going to have to do it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to play by their rules, which, again, back to Adam's point, why call it social media? Why call it all-encompassing and all-inclusive? It's not.
Yeah, that makes sense. Aaron, let me ask you something. Do you see this getting any better? Or if not, do you see a path of which people could take where this could become a better solution for everyone?
I come from the belief that all human activity is perpetually declining. So no, I don't see it getting better. I believe that the species, humans as a whole, decline. They don't get better. I believe opposite of what a lot of people believe. So when you break it down to also this kind of stuff where there's suppression, there's First Amendment attacks, there's Second Amendment attacks. No, I don't see it getting better. I hope that it gets better, but I don't see it getting better. That's just not how human history has taught us. In fact, human history has taught us that as these things start to encroach, they do get worse until we hit the cliff and it becomes some sort of a revolution, some sort of an outbreak. It will happen. It has to happen. We're not immune to history.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. I mean, you go into Starbucks now and everybody's staring at their cell phones. There's no human interaction there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
None. Yeah, none whatsoever. This is the topic that gets my blood boiling, because it's like you sit there and you're just like, oh, I said this, and then like all of a sudden, I'm in Facebook jail, or I'm blocked, and I was like, I posted a picture of me and my son hiking. Mm-hmm. Like,
oh my goodness,
like what the hell, like what? Yeah. Because I hashtagged Second Amendment, or I hashtagged hunting, or whatever the case is. Most of my stuff, my personal stuff, I don't even use Facebook really for my personal stuff unless I'm traveling, right? And I travel a lot. And then for like Instagram, it's usually stuff with me and my son. 'Cause I've been a single parent for 15 years, so it's usually stuff with my my boy in it, but it's like I look at like guys like Aaron, who I've worked with, I've had the pleasure of working with, and I just happened to see a post that he made, and I was just like, you gotta be shitting me, like they're at it again. Like I look at it like they're coming for us, you know what I mean? And it's like, get your pitchforks and whatever. I mean, it's like I can't stand, like, why do you send, like, if it's social and it's media and you're allowing people, like the entire thought process in creating these platforms were for people to share their experiences in life in general, and now you're just like, you know what, after all these years, we're gonna come in and be like, no, you can't do it. And that's fine. I get the business side. I'm a businessman. I totally understand that. Stop calling it social media. Call it something else. Call it a private company that you want to be social on, or whatever. But it's not social media when you start taking away First Amendment rights for people and freedom of speech. That's Adam Bird's opinion. Period.
Yeah. Isn't that, speaking of that post, isn't that incredible what my last week has been? I mean, social media asks you to interact with other accounts and be social. And not only have I done that, you're looking at 2 NFL players have shared me out and communicated with me publicly. Follow me. They push my content out there. One of them has 500,000 followers, 1 million overall. The other one's at 60,000. They got the blue check marks. Jay Mendoza, 400,000, brings me on alive. Vato Tactical, almost 30,000, brings me on alive. I'm not even counting Spencer Kirksey, who's at almost 20,000. There's 5 or 6 other instances where I'm on live with people. These are just people that I talk to day to day, and we just wanted to do a thing. They're commenting, liking, sharing my stuff, and I go from 20,713 followers yesterday to 20,694 this morning. So how do millions and millions of people see my content yesterday and in the last week, but I lose like 20 people?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to stick up for these companies very briefly. I would like to think that they're going in and cleaning up all of the fake accounts that are there.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? And that could be the case. Do I feel like do I get a warm and fuzzy with me saying like that's what they're actually doing? No, I think it's BS. I think they're just, but I would like to think, because this is a positive show, that they're just going in and cleaning up the trash that they've allowed people to create, and they're cleaning up all the fake accounts that are there.
Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But the reason why my handle on there is official Aaron Childress is because Aaron Childress is taken, and it's been taken since the kid posted for the last time in 2012. So he hasn't posted in 7 years. But his account has continued live. Also, on a separate server on where we use different IPs. In fact, it says I'm in like different countries sometimes. I'm a bounty hunter and a skip tracer by trade as well. So I have actual fake Instagram accounts that we use to track fugitives. They're fake. They're legitimately fake, but they're not banned. I can look at them right now. I can go log into. I won't log into them from my computer because that will show them here in Wichita. But we use them in separate locations, which allows us to track these people in their social media activity. But they are, by the book, they are fake accounts. So if they're clearing stuff up, why have I had these accounts for 3-4 years?
Right.
And even right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Aaron, I know you're a busy guy, and I appreciate this was kind of a last-minute, spur-of-the-moment kind of a thing, and I'd love to have you on again the show because Aaron is – you guys got to follow him, first off. The guy is awesome. He takes incredible videos and pictures, and he's always doing something. And it's usually something really cool. And I'm a hunting and fishing kind of guy, Aaron, and that's kind of where Aaron and I clicked a little bit because I love to hunt, as most of you all know. Patty, we're coming up with time. Any other things for Aaron before we have to let him go?
Yeah, I just really appreciate you taking time out to talk about this. It's super important. It's important to me. I have a lot of friends that are big influencers who are experiencing the same thing. So thanks for bringing up this topic. Absolutely.
I appreciate you guys having me on. It was an honor. And Adam, as always, I love working with you. We need to do it more. We've done it a few times. Let's do it some more.
Absolutely.
Actually, we will be.
Yeah.
We will be, because you're going to be helping me out with this NFL stuff a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that stuff, man. I love what you're doing, and I appreciate it, brother. Thanks again for coming on. And we're going to make sure we have all Aaron's social media stuff when we post the show up on social media. Make sure you go follow him, and I'm telling you, you will not he's not going to disappoint you, because the stuff is awesome. He's got a lot of accounts with a lot of great content on there. So with that being said, one last thing, make sure you go check out our home network, Heroes Media Group. Simply go to www.heroesmediagroup.com. Check out all the great shows and new content and sponsors that are coming on board. That's all the time we have for today. For Patty, I'm Adam. Thanks again, Aaron. You've been listening to The Decision Hour.